Yes, ma'am. Uh, if it has a background to it, a lot of problems. A lot of times when you find cartoon characters, they're already PNGs. They've already done what I'm going to show you how to do today. But if you search people like this right here, okay, they have backgrounds in them because it's usually an action photo, and that's what we need today is to learn how to cut this out. Okay, so anytime I look up something on the internet, I always go to View Image and get the best possible image quality that I can. That's just a trick that I've learned. You're going to right click, say that. Can you put that down? We're going to right click and add this to your folder. And now you guys should have created a folder. Um, you guys can go into your My Documents. Bless you. And you go into 1.6, and I save my stuff in here. Okay. You guys need to save folders, create folders so that you keep your stuff organized. Okay, so make sure you're doing that. If not, at least put it in your My Documents folder so you know you can go look in your My Documents folder. Okay. So once I get, you guys can see Stephen Curry is in here. Okay, how many people have that in a folder now? And please don't take 20 minutes selecting a person from the internet. Go get somebody, right click, download it, let's go. Because I've had people today take 20 minutes, they can't figure out who they want to have in their picture, okay? Just pick a person and let's go so you can get it, stay with us in this activity. Okay? Okay, sit somewhere else. All right, so once this is in your folder, thumbs up if this is in your folder. You're going to right click on it, and edit with GIMP. Jaheim, we don't need that today, bud. We don't need that. You need to do it on your computer. You're going to right click, and you're going to edit with GIMP. Okay. All right. So now Stephen Curry has been downloaded and now uploaded to GIMP. Thumbs up if you're with me in GIMP. Yes. Right click, select, edit with GIMP. That is the easiest way. Now another thing I like about that is that once I open this up from that folder, and which we're going to do here later, we're going to go File Export, and I'm going to say Stephen 2. It's going to automatically put that back in that folder, so now I know where it is. Okay. Then you need to go to. Are you sure? Did you right click on it? And no edit with GIMP comes up? Okay, then you need to go to a different machine. Yeah, if it's not saying edit with GIMP on your right click, then you may not have it. Or you could go to your start menu and just type in GIMP. Do you know how to go to your start menu? Start menu down here. GIMP. Yeah, it looks like it. All right, who has something opened in GIMP? It's opening. Okay, I'll give you another minute, another 2 minutes to open that up in GIMP. Because what I'm going to do is very technical, and you're going to have to stay up with it. And I'm also making the video, so if you miss it, you can always do what? Go back and watch the video. Neighbors, if you know what you're doing, your neighbor doesn't, help them out. Right click and edit with GIMP is the easiest way to open it up in GIMP. And the best way, because you're going to go file export and it'll put it back in that folder. You'll know where it is. Working smarter, not harder. He didn't go to the internet and save it. Here we go. Thumbs up. Who has a picture opened up in GIMP? What's going on with this front table up here? Do you guys have something opened in GIMP? Why not? Do you know how to download something from the internet? You don't? All right, we're going to do that one more time, okay? You don't, honestly, you don't know how to download something from the internet? Okay. All right, so who do you want to look up? Von Miller. Is that V-O-N? Von Miller. Okay, so you're going to go to Images. And there's Von with a hat on. Go to View Image. Get the best possible image of Von Miller with a hat on. Right click, save image as Von Miller. Okay, now it comes in as a JPEG. That is now in my folder. How do I know that? Because there's Von Miller. So I'll be honest with you. I'll do Von Miller instead of doing Stephen Curry. So now you're going to right click and edit with GIMP. You see it right there? Okay, click on it. So I go into GIMP, and there's Von Miller. All right. I'll be honest with you, though, if you're going to do this for your next app, if you want a really good-looking app, you're going to want to get a full body shot. Because when I cut this out, Von's not going to have any legs, and when I put Von into my app with no legs, it's not going to look right. Okay? Unless we were doing whack-a-mole and we were actually getting him to come out of an actual hole. And then only half his body would show up out of the hole. That would be cool, but that's not what we're doing. Are you with me? So, there's two very important tools you need to come up. Okay? So here's my one-stop shop for Windows. You're going to go to Windows. Everybody see the Windows menu, almost down there by Help. You're going to go to Windows, New Toolbox, and a toolbox comes up. What's that? Then you probably already have a toolbox open. You do, don't you? Yeah. If it doesn't say New Toolbox, that means it was already open, so you're fine. You just want to have that up. I'm just showing you in case it's not open. You got to know. You're like, oh my God, where's my toolbox, Mr. Richter? Go to Windows, New Toolbox, open it up. I don't know why I always put mine on the left, Creature of Habit. I go to Windows again. Dockable Dialogues Layers. Okay, and I get my Layers tool up. Thumbs up when you have both of those up. Let me do Layers again because it's a little tricky. Windows, menu, Dockable Dialogues is the second one down. And I'm going to go over here to the right and select Layers. And I like to put that on my right. Okay? Thumbs up if you have these two toolboxes open. Then work on it, man. You don't have to disrupt my class because your picture's too big. Are you with me? Are you hearing me? Shaheem, are you hearing me? Okay. Work on your stuff. All right. So I'm going to show you a couple important tools today. Number one, I'm going to show you one I don't like. It's the scissors. Okay? I'm not a big fan of the scissors. So I'm just going to cut his head out. Okay? Sorry, Vaughn. So the scissors, you can take it around the brim of his hat. And do you see how it starts to like, it's doing color selections here? Okay? And do you see how this line right here started to come down into his hat? This is why I don't like scissors. Okay? But here's the important thing. You need to come back to the very first point. Okay? I have to come back to the first point, click on it, and then once I come back, I can click on the interior of it. And once I do that, I'm going to go select, invert, and hit the delete key. Everybody asks me, where's delete at? It's on your keyboard. Okay? And now I just cut Von Miller out. But you guys see the top of it, how it's jagged? Because it was doing color selection and color matching. Sometimes I don't like the scissors because it does that. It's supposed to be helping you, but I don't like it. I would rather do all that on my own. Are you with me on that? So I'm going to Control Z this and start over. The tool that I like is very similar to it, and it's the lasso tool. It's called a free select tool. It's in the shape of a lasso. Does everybody see the lasso? Okay. Click on that lasso. And once again, you have to know the first point. Okay, everybody say first point. The first point is critical, folks. You're going to get frustrated if you don't know where you started because you got to start and come back to that beginning point. Okay, watch this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got to come back to the first point, and then I can hit delete and delete that. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to start down by the bottom left of his jersey, and I'm just going to start going around his uniform. And this takes some skill, and I highly suggest using a mouse, not the finger pad. Aram. Okay, good question. Control Z. Control Z. Okay, good question. Let me show you this. If you take your left hand and press the control button and take your right hand with your mouse roller, you can roll in and roll out. By the way, do you guys see all the pixels now? Do you see the pixel boxes in here? Every one of those is colored with an RGB color value. By the way, since we're talking about RGB color values, let's go here and click on the paint dropper. I can click on any box that I want, and I can go and see its color. This color is 247 in the red, 143 in the green, and 118 in the blue. That's every one of these boxes is colored like that. Let's go get another color. Paint drop this dark blue. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's what you and I did last week when we did that custom color in your program. We went to here, found the custom color. This dark blue is 62460. And every one of these has these RGBs in it. That's why images take up so much memory. Okay? Did you find that, Aram? Answer your question? Here we go. Take your time, relax, learn how to do the select tool. Okay? I'm just going to start clicking and going around his uniform, the perimeter of his body, because I don't want the background. I'm going to go around his shoulders. This man's a beast. And I can click and start going around the brim of his hat. This is where you just got to relax a little bit. This is going to take a little bit of getting used to. By the way, you can hold the mouse button down and free draw, but I'm going to tell you this right now. It's easy to make mistakes, and that's why I don't. Going to go around his fingers, coming back down the side, and I'm going to go across the bottom, and I have to come back to which point? The first point. Okay, so once I get back to the first point, you're going to see a dashed jagged line around it. All your vertices are going to change to a dashed dotted line. Everybody see what I'm doing? Now, this is where it gets technical. If that's not already technical enough, that's pretty technical right there. Okay, that's what I'm going to show you right now. Up by your top menu, there is File, Edit, and Select. I want to go to the Select menu and hit Invert. And I'm going to hit Delete. Where is Delete at? Delete is on the keyboard. Everybody asks me, where's Delete at? Delete is on the keyboard. I think it's over there by Backspace and Insert. Do you guys see it? Okay. Once I hit Delete, it will delete the background for me. Okay. Now, this is where my Layers tool comes in play. Everybody want to watch this on the Layers tool, and then I'll let you go back and work, and I'll come around and help you. I'm going to right, do you guys see how my Layers tool has a little small Von Miller in there, the Von Miller icon? I'm going to right click on Von Miller icon and go down and add the alpha channel. Okay? Now there is a gray space behind him that's transparent. Now all we got to do is get rid of the white. So I color pick the white, and hit delete. Okay, great. I'm glad this happened. This is great. I'm glad this happened because it happens a lot. White is in a lot of uniforms. Do you see how I deleted his number? Part of his numbers are deleted. I don't know if you guys can see that. Part of his, I'll go back. Part of his numbers are deleted. See that? I don't want to delete the 58. Why to do that? It's because some of those whites are true whites in there. Not all of them. Some of the whites are different color whites, like gray white or off-white. So here's a trick that I've learned. I use my paint can. Everybody see the paint can? And I go get a weird funky color that's not in there, like pink or magenta. And I start to fill the outer perimeter with pink. See that? And now I'm going to color select this. By the way, does everybody see the color selection key? It's the one with the blue, green, and red on it. I don't know why they made that blue, green, and red. They should have made it RGB, red, green, and blue. But anyway, it's still the same concept. Color select the pink and hit delete. Now I deleted the outside, but his number still remains. Okay? And here's another trick that I've learned. Because mobile apps, let's go look at my app real quick. Where's my app at? Because apps are so small, you want the largest, best possible image you can get in that small amount of space. So, I don't want to keep Von Miller like this, where he has extra fluff on the outside, the gray area. Do you guys see how there's a lot of gray on the left, a lot of gray on the right? Everybody see that? Thumbs up if you see how there's a lot of gray on the left and a lot of gray on the right. So what I'm going to do here is crop. So the crop tool, it looks like that little scalpel knife like a doctor would use. Hopefully not on me. Okay. And I'm going to drag a crop box around him. And by the way, you can let him go, and then if you need to edit it, you can just modify it by just clicking on it, dragging it in. That looks good. That looks as close as I can get it. Once I have it set, I double click, and now Von Miller is the maximum size that I need. He's not going to have any space around him. He's going to look as big as I can possibly get him in the small app. Okay? Now, one more very, very, very technical move here. We don't save. We file export. Okay, so I'm going to go File, Export As, Von Miller. Can Von Miller now be a JPEG? No. What's it have to be? Has to be a PNG. Okay, so I'm going to go Von Miller with alpha dot PNG. Okay, this drives people crazy all the time. Also, there is a little box down here in the middle of this export image as PNG, and it says save color values from transparent pixels. It's the largest sentence they have on there. All the other ones are like 2 and 3 words. So go to this one right here with the largest sentence in it, save color values. Make sure the box is unchecked. If that's checked, you're still going to get a white background. And you're going to be like, Mr. Richter, I did everything you said. Yeah, but did you uncheck the box? No, I didn't. Well, then it's still going to be white. You got to uncheck this, and when I uncheck it, I hit save as defaults, and that way it'll always be unchecked. And now I export, and now I'll go back to my app, and instead of having LeBron James on the golf course, I'm going to put Von Miller, but Von Miller's not going to have legs, and Von Miller's going to look weird. There's Von. And Von's pretty good size. You see how he's good size now? Okay. The only thing is he's like buried into the fairway. That's it for today. Questions? Let me go back over any part of that you missed. Yes. Yes. How do I cut, when I cut him out, what? Do you have a white background yet? Or you just finished the scissoring? All right, so let me do this again. Okay, so I'm gonna go really quick. This is not gonna be good, okay? But I'm gonna come back to my first point, right? You did that, right? And then did you hit select invert? Okay, so you did that. You're good. Select invert, and then you're going to hit delete. Now you have a white background. Do you have that? Okay, perfect. So now all you have to do is add the alpha channel. Okay, so do you remember the layers tool? Do you have the layers tool up? All right. Do you have a small icon? Do you see the small icon of Von Miller over here? Or whatever guy you have? There's a small icon over here. You want to right click on that and add the alpha channel. See what I did? Then it's already added. You already have it in there then. If this is grayed out, is this grayed out right here like mine is now? Okay, so it's grayed out. So that means it's already in there. You're good. Okay, now all you need to do is go to your color select by color tool, which is red, green, and blue. Do you see the red, green, and blue tool? Okay, click on that. Select your white. That didn't select. Select your white and hit delete. Okay. Did it work? Do you have a checkerboard gray background? Did you did it delete more white than what you wanted to? Okay. So then that's where I said you got to learn this trick here. This is a good trick. Learn to use your paint can. Control Z. If you ever make a mistake in GIMP, Control Z. We need a t-shirt that says keep calm and Control Z. Okay. So I'm going to use my paint can now, and I'm going to go get a funky color like magenta because I don't see any magenta in Von Miller. You guys with me on that? Does it matter what color you use? Just use something that you don't see here. Could I have used red? I don't see any red. Could I have used red here? Yeah. Okay. So do you see how I filled the whole background with red? Won't let you paint. Just click on your paint can, go get a color, and hit OK. Did you hit OK on your color? And then you just paint it, and then I can hit delete with now I can color select the red and hit delete. Yes. Sure. Did you get it? No. Okay, let me come back and look. The only thing I would do here is crop this. So did everybody know how to crop? Double click, crops it down, and you could crop it even more if you wanted to. All right.